Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. On August 28, 1749, he was born in Frankfurt, located in Hesse, to a wealthy citizen family. His father, Johann Caspar Goethe, was a member of the Imperial Parliament. When he was a child, his father was stern and serious. Goethe's mother was gentle and kind, and focused on cultivating his interest in learning. Particular attention is paid to the cultivation of understanding and appreciation of Goethe's literature. Mother often put little Goethe on her lap, tell him various interesting stories in fresh and rich language. Perhaps Goethe's literary talent was inherited from his mother. Guide his interest in learning and strive to cultivate Goethe's ability to have a correct understanding of literature. Goethe died of illness on Thursday, March 22, 1832 at 11:30. His last words were, "Give me more lights." This reflects his optimistic spirit as a great writer. He was buried in the Prince's Cemetery on March 26th. He is one of Germany's most outstanding writers and thinkers, known as the giant of German culture and the symbol of European culture. Goethe's main masterpiece, Faust, is a poetic drama with a length of 12,111 lines. The first draft began in 1768. The first part came out in 1808, and the second part came out in 1832. It took a total of 60 years to complete it. Within 4 weeks from early February to March 1774, Goethe completed the epistolary novel, The Sorrows of Young Werther, in one go. Goethe is considered one of the most intelligent people ever. His IQ is estimated to be between 210 and 225. Goethe not only made great achievements in literature, but also made important contributions in the field of chemistry. He pioneered the branch of anthropology within the field of chemistry and proposed a theory of evolution that held that species would change as their environment changed. Let us relax our minds and appreciate the wisdom Goethe left us. Whoever plays with life will accomplish nothing. Whoever cannot control himself will always be a slave. If you hesitate to move forward and gamble with your life, it is better to make a decisive decision and cut off one of your arms. The less knowledge, the more accurate it is. The more knowledge, the more doubts there are. If you want to criticize and point out the surrounding scenery, you must first climb on the roof. Whatever makes a person happy may often become the source of his misfortune. What I still have seems to be fading away from my sight, while what has passed away becomes vivid again. Do you know why you should close your eyes when kissing? Because they shine so brightly to each other. Even if I have to sell my soul, I have to find someone who can afford the price. Darkness gave birth to light, but light turned away from darkness. Curse the darkness. Where the sun is stronger, the shadows are deeper. Nothing reveals a man's character more than what he laughs at. Freedom and destiny only favor those who work hard every day. Anyone who has not eaten bread with tears does not understand the taste of life. If you want to get something you like, you should first learn to like what you already have. I'm laughing at my own heart, and I'm at his beck and call. I want to jump into the rush of the times. I want to jump into the annual rings of the times. Pain, joy, failure, success. I don't ask. A man's career is supposed to continue day and night. If people were not so stubborn, were not so persistent in recalling past misfortunes, and would consider more how to deal with the current situation calmly, then people's suffering would be much less. Knowledge alone is not enough. You must also apply it. Desire alone is not enough. You must also act. Appearance can only shine for a while, but true beauty can last forever. What determines a person's life and entire destiny is just a moment. Truth belongs to mankind, and error belongs to the times. If you lose your property, you only lose a little. If you lose your honor, you have lost a lot. If you lose your courage, you will lose everything. Talent is created in silence, and character is formed in the turbulent waves of the world. It is precisely because it is impossible that it is worthy of our belief. Reading a good book is like talking to many noble people. The thing I hate most in my life is the strife between people, especially young people in their prime. They could have enjoyed all the joys openly, but they ruin the rare good time in life by keeping a straight face to each other. Only the winding road can take you to the top. Neither wise men nor fools are harmful, but the most dangerous thing is a mixture of wisdom and foolishness. The closer the goal is, the more difficult it becomes. How can a person know himself? Never by thinking, but by doing. Fools always ask questions that wise men have answered thousands of years ago. If you want to indulge in debauchery, you are too old. If you want to be disheartened, you are too young. Whoever cannot ascend today is destined to perish forever. If you want to love your own value, you have to create value for the world. Human beings have an unremitting drive. Everyone is dissatisfied with the status quo and desires to change themselves or others. But it is this drive that makes people live and struggle in a small place, enduring humiliation and ignoring things beyond their own interests. Labor can free us from three major evils: loneliness, vice, poverty. The whole secret of life is to give up living in order to live. Running water releases its vitality only when it encounters resistance. Misunderstanding and laziness in the world may cause more trouble than deceit and malice. Man has two hands, one for taking and one for giving. When people become truly mean, they have no other pleasure except rejoicing in other people's misfortunes. Theories are all gray. Only the tree of life is evergreen. Only those who can restrain themselves can achieve success. If you have developed patience, please believe that you have accomplished a lot. A person is made not only by what he is born with, but also by what he gains through learning. If there is no love in this world, what meaning will it have in our hearts? It's like a revolving lantern without light. Holding the one you love in your arms is the best gift from heaven. I should enjoy myself in time while I am alive, and I will not care about the flood after I die. If a man does not overestimate himself, he will be much higher than he estimates. The more bitter the cup of fate is, the more we should smile at others, so that those who are watching calmly will not be offended by our bitter faces. Do not hesitate, be brave and take risks. Ordinary people are often hesitant. Real men can achieve everything because they know and act immediately. Man, what's the point of complaining here? Dear friend, I promise you that I will change myself. I will no longer chew over and over the little misfortunes bestowed on me by fate as usual. I will enjoy the present and let the past go. A miracle is only a miracle in the eyes of those who believe in it. What is already in hand, people always feel bland. He takes the highest happiness for granted, and then he wants more, and even has unreasonable fantasies. He avoids the sun, but wants to be warmed by the frost. Please, savor all that pain has left you. Once suffering is over, it becomes sweet. It is foolish to expect others to conform to our temper. As long as you believe in yourself, you will gain the belief of others. Believe in life, it teaches people better than any book. Fate has arranged for me to be involved in some emotional entanglements. Isn't it just to make my heart panic all day long? Only few people know how to study what has just passed away. Ambition and passion are the wings of great deeds. A man of true talent will feel the highest degree of happiness in the process of work. Piety is not an end, but a means, the means to the highest cultivation through the purest tranquility of the soul. There are no bystanders in life. Even if you don't have skills, you can still talk with just your understanding and correct opinions. As long as you sincerely want to say something, why bother to extract chapters and sentences? As long as you tell me what kind of people you associate with, I can tell you who you are. As long as I know what you do, I will know what kind of talent you can become. There is a long time between today and tomorrow. Learn to do things quickly while you still have energy. People travel not to reach a place, but to travel. It is rare to see someone who is dedicated to accomplishing a good and right thing. What we usually see are either timid scholars or reckless men who are eager for success. What young man isn't sentimental? What young girl isn't in love? We are our own devils, and we cast ourselves out of our paradise. Anyone who believes that he must alienate the so-called untouchables in order to remain noble can be denounced as a coward precisely because he hides from his enemies for fear of being struck down. There is genius, power, and magic in bravery. Nature traps people in darkness and forces them to always yearn for light. To live in vain is to die prematurely. The final conclusion of wisdom is, life and freedom must be earned every day to be qualified to enjoy them. Genius is formed in tranquility. Character comes from the torrent of life. Those who know the danger but do not tell it are enemies. Only those who fight for freedom and survival every day are worthy of the right to enjoy both. It is a terrible thing for an outstanding person to be appreciated by a group of fools. It is not the source of your own soul and will not bring you spiritual comfort. Where there is a will, there is a way out. Man's two greatest enemies are fear and hope. Forget your poor days. However, don't forget the lesson it taught you. Superficial things can only show off for a moment, but genuine things can be passed on to future generations. When you are young, I love your beauty. When you are middle-aged, I love your conversation. When you are old, I love your virtue. Those who dare to enterprising will live forever. Death is obviously much easier than enduring a life full of pain. If we lose ourselves, we lose everything. Don't wait until tomorrow to do what you can do today, and don't wait for others to do what you love.